Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobbydude 007 channel. Our buddy Jason at Blue Ox Model Shop posted a question yesterday, and I've been mulling it over. In the event of an apocalyptic catastrophe, what 2 built models and what 5 unbuilt models would you scarf up to take with you? What would Hobbydude do? Stick around. As for me, I'm keeping all the models. Hey guys, some things are just worth fighting for, right? Well, Amanda and I are going to head out to the backyard bunker, and it needs to be cleaned up a little bit, doesn't it? And needs a coat of paint down in here. And you see that compartment over on the right there? That's for food, but you know, hey, these are models, so we got to set our priorities right, right? Seriously, guys, this is all about having some fun. In the event of something major in reality like that happening, models would be the absolute last thing on my mind, I'm sure. But let's have some fun. So what would Hobbydude take? Well, of the 2 models that are built that I would take, the first one is not one that I actually built, like several folks have said. And number one, yes, it's a petty car. It's a stock car. And this was built by my awesome friend Al Mosteller, and Al did an outstanding job. And yes, it's a petty car and it's a stock car, but it's really unique in that it is a road course car. He took this, moved the fuel filler to the other side, beautifully done, by the way. This thing is just, paint is absolutely outstanding. Everything about it is just beautiful. Check those tires out. I mean, it just beautifully, beautifully done. And I don't think to this day Al knows just how much this thing means to me. I mean, look at that. Beautifully built model. But this means a lot to me. That's why it's displayed so prominently on the desk. You see it every time you see a video that well, if it's pointed back toward that end of it. But this would definitely go with me. Beautifully built model of a petty stock car, which, in my eyes, how can you go wrong with that? But beautifully built, and I love this car. I love this car. And secondly, I have a sentimental attachment to this one. In 2004, I was honored and privileged to go to Toledo, Ohio, and to win Best of Show at the NNL Nationals, the 25th anniversary, which shocked the daylights out of me. I went up there to have some fun, and one of the biggest swap meets I've ever been at in my life, in the old fairgrounds there. I think that's what it was, the fairgrounds area. And wow, to be honored. And this was my David Pearson Holman Mooney Torino, and you see some other pictures here, some of the unique little things. And as you see here, I had a manual that I put together of research pictures, this book, and there were tons and tons of pictures from Holman and Mooney on the building of this car, and probably the most intense detailed pictures and detailed diagrams that I've ever had on any project. And it was complete from the grill to the fuel cell section. I mean, everything for accuracy standpoints. And you see the disc brakes, the drum brakes with the drum off here. This thing was just in the electronics box, in the glove box where the electronics were. But this was just an awesome kit, and it has always been among my favorites. I just happened to get one of the best paint jobs. And by the way, these colors were Plasticoat colors, and they were out of a rattle can. And then I used the Plasticoat, I think it was called Classic Lacquer, clear over it, spray can, buffed it out, and it just had a mirror finish throughout. This one just came together beautifully, and it has a very sentimental place in my heart. So this would be going with me too. Now, as far as what kits would I take that are unbuilt, well, first up would be my very first car, and that would be this 65 Mercury Comet. This holds a special place in my heart, because this was the very first car I ever owned. It was given to me by my grandfather. He bought it brand new, and excuse me, gosh, it's been in the family for its whole life, pretty much. Cousins, brother, this has just been part of the Batson family. But a great car. That little 289 and that little lightweight thing would scream. Had a blast in this car. So this is a definite, this is going. Next would be another first, and that first would be the first model car I ever built. And I've shown you this a number of times. My dad had built one of these, and I wanted one, and he said, well, son, I've already got one of these. I said, no, I want my own. So I wanted to build one, and I have stockpiled, kind of like Matthew does with 48 Fords. I can't tell you the number of these I've got. In fact, I could take 5 of these and be done with the rest of them, but this one is special to me. I really would like to do one of these out of box, and I think I could do this one out of box like I did the original. And the reason I would do that is because I want to do one to put beside it with all of the technologies and all of the goodies that we have today, kind of side by side. I wish I still had the original one that I built, but that thing is long, long gone. But the old Green Hornet from Monogram, got to have that. She's got to go too. Next up, and I've changed my mind just a little bit on this. You know, I love 40 Fords. And I grabbed the sedan delivery because I've done a few of these, and I love the sedan delivery. But you know, my dad had the sedan, my uncles had the coupes. Dad had a coupe at one time, the 39 and 40 coupes. So I'm thinking I may put this one back and grab the 3940 coupe out of the stash. But this was a difficult thing to do, is to try to narrow it down to what would you grab. But I think I would swap this, in thinking about it, for the coupe. And lastly, no surprise probably, would be NASCARs. In fact, when this first came up, immediately I thought 5 NASCARs. And then I started really giving it some thought, and I thought, I can't not have the Green Hornet and the Comet especially. But the Petty Enterprises Buddy Baker Dodge, which, if you followed the channel any length of time, you probably remember my dad took me for my birthday up to Petty Enterprises in 1971. And the first car I saw in the garage when the door opened was the white number 11 with a white interior. And wow. And of course, as the door swung even further open, on the left side of the shop were the 43s, the Richard's cars. But this was the first Petty Enterprise car that I saw live in the shop at Petty Enterprises. And so this one means a lot to me. It has a lot of value sentimentally to me as well, too. So, got to have that. Got to have that. And lastly, my favorite Petty car of all time. I love the STP cars, don't get me wrong, but the 70 flat nose, which I just finished up, and the 71, I think the 71 probably my favorite. I don't know, that's kind of a toss-up. The 70 flat nose and the 71 Roadrunner are my absolute favorites. So that one's got to be one that goes with us as well. So those head to the bunker as well. And I think that's it. The rest of it is going to be, oh, well, we got to have some glue, so we're going to take the extra thin cement and the regular cement and some tester cement and maybe a few clamps or something. I don't know. We've got to have hobby knife too. So we'll grab hobby knife and take that down as well. Well, guys, that's what Hobbydude would do. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I really do. Be sure you head over and visit Mark at HobbyNut Models. Check him out. Go through the menu there. You'll find some great stuff there. Great prices, too. Appreciate you guys. Love you bunches. Remember, Jesus loves you. And I will see you in the next video. Later, guys.